On the FDI front, opening up the sector for 100% FDI through the automatic route, a sector that has been in the past been very sensitive from a security standpoint. What do you make of it?
Well, I think first and foremost, the investment in the telecom sector on the FDI route had been allowed even earlier. The change is now that it has gone up to 100%. I think while earlier the approach may have been to regulate the sector from a security standpoint through financial instruments, now the approach is to not use financial instruments to regulate the sector from a security point of view, but to use probably technology stipulations and technical requirements. And hence you see the condition that while 100% FDI is allowed, all safeguards will apply. So I think that has to be seen as a combination of those two provisions rather than on just 100% FDI alone.
What sort of financial boost do you think these reforms could bring about for the telecom sector? Because you're talking about user charges being rationalized. You're talking about how non-telecom dues will not be included in the AGR and the gross revenues. And so, how significant a lifeline would this be really for a sector which has been ailing because of slowing cash flow as well as high debt?
Yes, I think this is extremely significant. For one thing, it clearly signals the government's seriousness and willingness to implement a comprehensive set of reforms to nurse the sector back to financial health. I think it is well known that the sector was facing severe financial stress. So that is one clear signal. The second is the intention of the government to preserve the competitive landscape. As you may know, currently the situation is that there are 3+1 players, 3 private sector players and a state undertaking. And the desire of the government to retain that competitive landscape is also signaled fairly clearly, although its continuity depends on many other factors as well, apart from this relief package. But I think the relief package is very comprehensive. It's very well thought out. It probably goes as far as the government could go in relieving the sector. Certainly, it prepares the sector for the future, especially because of the investments that will be needed in 5G, the upcoming 5G spectrum auctions and so on, which will require fresh investment by the company. So their being in good financial health is critical for the continued growth and vibrancy of the Indian telecom sector.